Hello! Dylan Mitchell here from Mindless Jabber.
Hey everyone, welcome to Mindless Jabber. It's no longer the Mindless Jabber podcast. I've changed the show up.
Because it's not a podcast, never was.
I'm not sure if it's going to stay this way, but this is the way this show today is going to work. We've gotten some suggestions of what to talk about by people on Facebook.
Thank you, Facebook.
We're going to talk about a couple of different topics that were suggested. We've got about 10 minutes to talk about each one. And each 10 minutes, when the alarm goes off, we're going to take a shot of this awful, super low alcohol sour apple schnapps. So, the first topic is, why does social culture usually tell us to start late and stay up late when we drink, and not just start earlier and finish earlier? What do you think that would make us as tired / fucked the next day?
2, 1.
Wait, L'chaim.
Oh, okay, L'chaim.
You know what? I actually have very strong opinions on this. Because...
Of course you do, you've been drinking.
Because he once saw one lift a car.
Very strong opinions. Opinions, lifting car... No. I was in the Defence Force for about 6 years. And we finished early Friday. And so undoubtedly, when I was living on base especially, where we'd go down the pub, like 12 o'clock, midday, go down the pub, start drinking. By 8 p.m. in the evening, you'd had dinner
fucked.
And you were fucked. Which means you'd pass out. Maybe 10 o'clock. If you were drinking hard to get smashed, you were out by 10 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
And so you got, I usually don't get to sleep till 12, 1 o'clock when I'm sober. So this was just great. And so, I'm definitely in camp. Drink early. Yeah, the whole thing of waking up and having drinks, not allowed to drink early. I don't get that. I don't understand why no drinks before 11.
I reckon that people...
Oh, no, 11 is a perfect... Sorry. But 11, perfectly reasonable...
AM.
Yeah. Perfectly reasonable start cutoff. You don't need to wait till late, but don't get smashed first thing.
I think that people don't want it to be light when they're smashed, because I don't want that. I think especially it might sound a bit sexist, but especially women probably don't want people to see them smashed in the daytime
Because it looks a bit trashy.
Yeah, and
but that trashiness should extend to men too.
But that trashiness is also a thing that comes from the culture of drinking early in the morning.
Yeah, I suppose. But when
you can't wait.
Every year, which TS is well aware of, you guys haven't been to one yet. There's one coming up this year. Every year I have a NFL preseason party.
Oh yeah.
And we start drinking. Me and someone starts drinking at about 9 a.m. And then a couple of other people rock up at about 10. And usually the second game starts about 12. And by that time we've already eaten all the bacon. We're already through one slab of beer. And
one pig of bacon.
And actually, last time something like this happened, you might notice over there a little bit of a smoke stain on the cupboard.
Yeah.
That was from when Sean was smashed and he was making burgers and he just over-smoked them. Yeah.
I'm not surprised by that.
Oh, it was fantastic. But on all of those days, you drink up until even by about 5 o'clock you're smashed.
Yeah.
And me, I'm generally lucky if I get past that point, unless I have one of those, moments where you drink yourself sober, and then you're just at this, I'm drunk but I'm sober phase for a couple of hours, and then you want to go out and drink, which happened.
I don't get that. If I'm drunk, I never get the desire to go out. Often I'll go the other way around.
Really?
Where I'm drunk and I am out. And
Time to go home.
I want to go home, but I don't want to stop partying.
I will be I'm drunk. I want to go out and dance my fucking ass off. I want to go out and boof, boof, boof. But that's...
do that here.
Why, you don't like my techno disco?
No, I don't.
Just give it one of those, the funky monkey.
But
couple of hours of that, you'll have buff arms.
Best wanking arms in the city. But I with the drinking thing, I feel that a lot of it goes towards what hours you work. Because when I was chefing, if I worked early in the morning, finished early, I'd start drinking early and get home early. If I started working late, got knocked off at 11, I'd drink from 11:30 till about 3, 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
I
Have any of you
understand
guys
that.
ever partied with casino workers?
Yeah.
Like dealers? Not drug dealers, like blackjack or poker dealers.
Yeah.
And hookers.
There's a pub in the city near Crown Casino called Pit 5. And that's where all of the Crown Casino workers go to drink. And they usually start at about 3 in the morning. And like I went there at 3 in the morning one time and ended up staying out till about 7. It was like, oh my god, this is the most... Like for me, I'd much prefer start early, finish early, get 12 hours of sleep.
Having observed the rest of this conversation, I believe I have a solution for this. It is the assumption that everyone works till 5, and therefore, if you're starting any earlier than 5,
You're drinking on the job.
You're either drinking on the job or just drinking at a time that I can't drink. And if I can't drink during that time, that must mean you're drinking when you're not supposed to, rather than this person has started drinking when they knocked off work. And if they worked from 2 a.m. to 7 a.m., starting drinking at 8 a.m. is after work, which is what the cultural requirement actually specifies. But they're drinking during somebody else's work, and they're not really considerate enough to consider when someone else might work.
I think another thing that goes into consideration is because the regular is 9 to 5. If you are drinking earlier, you have less options because it's assumed that everyone knocks off at 5, so less places are open to drink at, which encourages later night drinking.
I have
Clubs
a new
are
theory.
open later.
A new theory which may not... It's not going to say that everything that everyone else has said is wrong. It's going to sort of play along with that. In that, what you were saying earlier, the women want to go out and dance their asses off once they're already smashed. And they want, like, this happen. Like, I don't think that they would want to necessarily go out dancing if it was still light outside.
It feels like a nighttime activity.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
and
where
then
you're taking this.
the guys go out to meet the girls.
Yeah.
Like in society, like
That is true.
That's,
If the only reason why, oh goodness gracious me, the only reason why we should want to, as regular fellas, want to go out drinking, and I know this is definitely the case back when I was going out clubbing more often, is you go out because you want to meet girls, right? Otherwise, you just stay at home and drink. Because what do we want? We want to be able to chat with our mates, hang out, do stuff we enjoy.
With
That's all
girls?
at home.
Well, that's
why
when
would you go out?
Yeah.
The only reason why you go out is to get people who are out there.
that's when you get guys going out just to play poker, or going out to strip clubs,
Yeah.
or going out
Strip clubs will make me sad.
to
I think
to Mana Bar or something, Beta Bar, shout out, to play video games and stuff. Like, I mean,
Do what they would usually do at home, but like feel like it's a partially more
social activity. Yeah. Yeah. So
That's why
I
I've
mean,
got your house.
but then again, I imagine a lot of guys, because we're a very particular demographic. I think a lot of guys,
Gyves.
yeah, a lot of guys.
Just stick with gyves.
In that kind of bro demographic, actually probably enjoy going out,
I know a lot of guys who do.
taking some ecstasy, snorting a line of coke. At Beta Bar,
What?
two guys came up to me, and we were talking about girls. And they're like, dude, if you want to pick up girls, dead easy. All you gotta do, get a gram of cocaine. They will drop their panties. And I'm like, are you fucking serious,
That's kind of
man?
gross.
That is gross.
Oh, no, I don't doubt that it works.
I've
But
never
at the
once
same
gone
time-
home with someone who gave me free drugs.
Like, I wouldn't,
Just
I wouldn't want the girls that would go home with you about
Yeah.
that. It's like, being like, you know what gets guys home? Tits, right? But that doesn't mean I want my own tits to bring guys home. Like, it's
Yeah.
going to bring home the wrong demographic.
Yeah, it's just like if you want to get a girl to go home with you and have sex with you, get a prostitute. Money. All like
Holy crap!
what I'm looking
the
for is
amount
not a
of money
prostitute.
that,
What
like,
I'm
on
not
the
looking
gram-
what I'm looking for is not a girl who would go home for drugs, because that's not me bringing the girl home. That's not any essence of me being validated. That's just you have proven that you are capable of procuring an illicit substance, be it cash or drugs.
Cash is illicit.
That's why I haven't got any.
That was the joke.
I don't have any money.
Like, you are pretty much guaranteeing zero connection by using drugs or money to bring someone home.
Although,
And that
Have
kind
you
of
guys-
is regardless of the gender of the person you're trying to bring home.
Any of you guys ever done cocaine?
No.
Nope.
Sadly not.
Yes.
See, I feel like as far as
That was Monday, right?
as far as illicit drugs go, like
Tuesday.
for me, cocaine is
That's even worse.
definitely. I think it's top of the list of what you would try if it was legal and it was right in front of you.
No.
No.
It's right up there
No.
with heroin in the list of drugs I wouldn't try.
It's too addictive.
It's too
to
addictive.
Be like that.
I-
I'm lucky
I-
in
I-
the way that
I-
I didn't.
who people
but-
are doing it look too much like retards for me to want to join in because someone's doing
Like
weed,
crystal
right?
meth.
And you're there and you're like, that's cool.
You don't
Yeah.
smoke cocaine, right?
Yeah, no, this is weed.
He was
Someone's
using
on
weed
weed,
as an
right?
example.
Someone's on dope, just having a smoke. Like, yeah, they look as stupid as smokers, right? But then you see, I used to live with a girl who used to do coke at home, at work, and then bring it home. Right? And I'd come home and she'd be doing this.
Because you bring her work home with her.
Hey, welcome home. How you going? There'd be no music. You should be like, well,
I wish they could have seen how funny your face looked.
I'm really excited.
Okay.
And I'm like,
All right.
I'm like, maybe you want to
Time up.
What?
So the answer is
Mazel tov.
The answer is none of us want to try cocaine. Some of us again.
Most even
Next
heroin
topic.
isn't addictive after just one use as a general rule. Takes
I have
3.
heard the opposite of
Yeah,
that.
no, that's because that's what society wants you to think. So you never try it. Okay, next topic is the death of the original Hollywood movie ideas and the birth of remakes and reboots of
It's
80s and 90s movies.
I can answer this.
I have a really good example. You go first.
Okay, it is that the people that bankroll movies only want safe ideas, and remakes and rip-offs are safe ideas because you are using an idea that has already been proven in the eyes of the people who fund movies to have worked.
Not just that. Like, yes, but then remakes. If they made another Ghostbusters movie,
Which they are.
even if this Ghostbusters movie was going to star Kanye West, Justin Bieber,
Jay-Z.
Duchovny, and someone else terrible. Let me think. Give me someone.
Harry Styles.
Harry Styles. Why are there so many musicians on that list? I hate you musicians.
They're
Right?
wank.
You would still go and see it.
Oh, no.
Opening
Ghostbusters.
weekend, you'd still go and check it out. There would still be a majority of people who'd be like, oh yeah, I remember Ghostbusters, that was good. I want to see what this is about. Even if they know, in their heart, if they dig really deep down, it's going to be bad.
Search
That's-
your feelings,
yeah,
you know it to be true.
That idea that opening weekend is the only thing that matters, that bugs me. Because, like, Total Recall, the remake, is a perfect example of how remakes and reboots fail.
I don't
Like-
even remember that.
Yeah, because people went to see it on opening weekend, but if anyone says the words Total Recall anymore, no one thinks Colin Farrell.
I thought that was a video game.
Colin Farrell is not a video game.
No.
My life
You're
is
thinking
a
of
lie.
Are you
Skyrim.
serious? Get your ass to Mars!
Yeah,
No,
it's
no,
Come on, Quaid!
Total Recall. I
Yeah,
thought-
that was
Yeah,
a
famous
Arnold
movie.
Schwarzenegger movie.
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sharon Stone to top it all off.
Really? Sharon Stone was in
Yeah,
Total
she
Recall?
was the wife who
Yeah.
ends up being the bad guy who like tries to
kidding
kill
me.
him.
Hey, hold on. Total Recall isn't the movie where Arnie has like he's a cigar and he really wants to smoke a cigar in the beginning, and then he's like, I cannot smoke this cigar because it is illegal.
No,
That's not.
Is that a razor?
maybe.
Because someone from the future comes and gets him.
Well, nobody from the future does squat, apart from everyone being from the future because
It is the future.
it's
Yeah.
the future.
I say
But I mean,
it-
no one comes from the future of the events in the film to the events of the film and does squat.
Yeah.
Nobody squats, not once.
There
So
was-
what's your idea? What do you think that these sequels, prequels, they're like?
Well,
why
that was
caused them?
my example was Total Recall.
Yeah.
And then you've got like even the more successful ones like Dread, which is actually really good. Carl Urban, check it out if you haven't seen it. Really good. It's got
Isn't he the singer?
It's got Cersei Lannister. No, that's Keith Urban. Cersei Lannister's a bad guy in it.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit too much slow mo in it, but it's still actually a pretty damn awesome movie.
Right.
But even that is still like the original movie is bad, but it's a classic. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just thinking because I just remembered the fact that there's a new Tank Girl movie coming out and how excited I am about that.
Wasn't the
And-
original an anime?
But is that going to be a
No.
sequel?
Nope, I don't know
or
what
is
that
it-
was.
Well,
there we
it's going to be a remake, but I think
Is it a
like,
remake?
A lot of it is
Was there a
so
film?
that they could.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Okay,
was a film.
Laurie Petty And the Australian, was it Naomi Watts or Naomi Watts? Naomi Watts.
Very, very young, 1995.
And there were some kangaroos who were beatniks.
It was interesting.
And there were some animated features, and you've definitely seen it. I put money down on you having seen it, but having not caused you any impact because it was.
But yeah, either
very
way,
different to what you like.
I'm extraordinarily excited about it coming back. Because it's been 20 years since the last film, and I think if they do like a first reboot, it's a way to reopen and that series and give leeway, like give a chance for new, like more original sequels.
Yeah,
and like gives a new outlook. An update and makes it more relevant to now.
Such a thin line on when it can work. Like with Marvel, they've done Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they've remade
done Marvel movies for years.
Yeah, well,
Howard the Duck was the first one, apparently.
Yeah, Howard the Duck was the first.
Preemptively ruining all Marvel movies for anyone who goes back far enough.
It was great. But yeah, like now they have this whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, and apparently that's what they're doing with Ghostbusters, because they're doing a new Ghostbusters movie.
With Justin Bieber and Kanye West.
And they're doing
it's an all-female cast, right?
I hope so.
No, they're doing an all-male Ghostbusters, and they're doing an all-female Ghostbusters. They're both in the works.
And one of them going to be like West Coast and East Coast, because that would really that would work.
Yeah,
because they couldn't do like a. We're from New York and we're the Ghostbusters, and then we're from New York, we're the Ghostbusters.
Okay,
we're from Brooklyn, we're the Ghostbusters.
That's actually that's a really good point. Is that having them be set in the same place with no explanation as to why they're not completely impinging on one another's turf?
Yeah,
it's just like we're making two films at the same time with the same franchise. Not related.
So I think they're trying to create this whole Ghostbusters cinematic universe thing.
That makes me sad.
I
like Ghostbusters, but I don't have a desire. It's like James Bond. I love James Bond movies. Love them for a very, very long time. I know there's like 22, 23 when Spectre comes out later this year. Films out. Correct me if I'm wrong. Movies. But I have no desire to see The Secret Adventures of Moneypenny and The Exciting Tales of M.
Yeah.
Or I don't care. What did 007 and 006 do before he got killed by the Russians? Don't care. Don't give a shit. Yeah. Bond is the only reason you should watch that.
Ghostbusters. Was Alex Trevelyan 006?
Alex Trevelyan, that's the same character, yeah.
Counterpoint.
006.
Yeah, 006.
I love spin-offs and crossovers.
You're wrong then.
But that doesn't mean you can make a really subpar The Secret Adventures of Moneypenny and just sell it on the grounds that it's related to the James Bond cinematic universe.
But it would sell though. If someone went,
No, if you can make it, but it can't just be a half-assed attempt to cash in on it.
It would.
But so
Jurassic World. Have you seen the
Raptors
trailers?
on bikes?
Have you seen the trailers to Jurassic World?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know what the?
I'm really worried here because.
Do you know what the plot of the movie is? Okay, so I'm gonna go back. Jurassic Park 1. They're trying to open the park.
Jurassic Park, yeah.
T-Rex is the big bad guy. And the raptors.
Raptors are the bad guy because T-Rex ends up saving them, remember?
Yeah, true.
Because T-Rexes are just bros.
And
face heel turn.
And
then classic face heel turn.
Jurassic Park.
Heel face turn.
Oh, yeah, because he was bad guy. Yeah,
Jurassic Park 2: The Lost World.
Sorry.
You got two T-Rexes, a baby T-Rex, and they're the bad guys.
Yeah.
You've got the raptors don't really feature that much,
no.
and then
Until
you've got
the end.
and then you've got the the hunter and the Indian who are the bad guys.
Yeah.
And then. So you've gone from one T-Rex and some raptors to two T-Rexes, some raptors, and some bad guys. The third one...
I have not seen the third one.
Third one, Spinosaur. The new biggest dinosaur on Earth that could kill T-Rex with one bite of its jaws.
It's lame.
Is the big bad guy.
T-Rex is the best
dinosaur. And T-Rexes only show up literally to Wharf effect in that film. That's
really?
Just like... Blah, blah. Like, it is just...
Yep.
There so that there is always a bigger fish.
And then,
like, the only purpose of T-Rex in that film is to be defeated by Spinosaur, to make Spinosaur look badass and even more terrifying.
And now the new one, because apparently they've exhausted all actual dinosaurs, they've created a new dinosaur in a lab.
Do you know what would be fantastic? If all these trailers, we've all seen the trailers, there's Chris Pine riding along with a raptor pack.
Yeah.
And then we see in the movie...
Chris
Chris Pine is... Anyway, Star Trek. But no, we have him, Chris Pine, riding along with
right.
T-Rexes, with Velociraptors. That scene is actually them chasing him. T-Rexes come in, a whole pack of them. 1 T-Rex first movie, 3 T-Rexes second movie. What's that? That would make 9 T-Rexes this movie.
No. That's 90. No, you're right.
Yeah.
Next movie. 27 T-Rexes.
27 T-Rexes.
Just a pack of
And
T-Rexes.
one Velociraptor.
Yeah.
Spielberg, you can have that one for free.
The ratio of Velociraptors to T-Rexes is completely going. You know it's the final film when it's like 150 T-Rexes and 1 Velociraptor.
Yeah.
But, we need them because...
And the Velociraptor would win, too, in that movie.
Because when the aliens invade, we all know from Futurama, in the end it wasn't guns or bombs that defeated the aliens, but that humblest of all God's creatures, the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
So before this time runs out, which I shouldn't be looking at, we should flip it over.
No, man.
But
We need some denouement.
what Netflix is doing at the moment is,
Good.
I think, breaking that mold of Hollywood just trying to do what works.
A testing ground, you reckon?
Yeah, well, I mean, they already have the money, so they can fund these new projects.
Nobody wants to make a bad film. Here's something I'm going to throw to you. Nobody wants to make a bad film.
Hashtag The Room.
There's people here who are trying to make a good film, and other people who go, all right, we need the movie that you want
Tommy Wiseau.
in 10 weeks. Well, no, he didn't try to make a bad film. He just thought he could do a good film.
He thought, but he also thought he could make a fantastic film and ignore the advice of everyone on set.
And that's kind of what happens, is nobody wants to make bad films.
They just
ever,
make
nowhere.
bad choices.
Yes.
Nobody wants to make bad games. Even the people making, the reiteration movies.
The people who back these things with money aren't making the movie. They just want the money.
The people who made the Green Lantern film were so excited.
All right.
That's not good. Cross-marketing?
Cross-marketing.
You son of a
3, 2, 1 to cross-marketing.
Cross-marketing.
The cross market.
This is getting strong.
Yeah, it's 13%. The first one was like weak. All right, we got one more.
What is our new
which we'll
topic?
do at the end.
Next topic.
Next topic is, if you could live in a fictional universe, what would it be?
Avatar: The Last Airbender. Called it.
We've said that we've had this before.
But
Kind
there's
of.
the problem there is that, do you get to choose how you live? Because I like this universe.
Okay,
quite
well,
a bit.
no. Say, imagine
I've
that.
got a baby.
Have you guys ever played The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening?
Yeah.
Where he wakes up in this house, he basically has no idea what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
This is how you
Do it.
This is how you get introduced to this universe. So, in his case, Avatar: The Last Airbender, he wakes up in a grass hut. He, goes outside, and then he finds out there are people who can control the
Elements.
elements.
Yeah.
And I'd better be one of them.
So I'd
if
say,
you weren't? Would that still be worth
I'd say population-wise, you've probably got about a 1 in 6. You've probably got a dice rolls chance of getting
Actually,
Avatar
do we know
powers.
that the Punnett squares for these? Well, not Avatar, bending powers. Do we have the Punnett squares for these? Because, if you say it's 1 in 4 regular citizens at the beginning of time have the opportunity, but then of course you have the whole percentages of people breeding together.
It also does depend on the region. Like Northern Water Tribe, it is basically 100%.
Yeah, but then Southern Water Tribe, there is one person
Yeah,
there
one
who can
person.
bend.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she doesn't know how to bend yet.
But at the same time, that ratio has definitely increased by the time of Legend of Korra.
Yeah, it's because there's more people. I wouldn't say the ratio has increased. I'd say that the numbers have increased. And
But then,
therefore there's
in
more
Legend of
local-
Korra, you've
More than
also
one
got
person.
all of these friggin' non-elemental benders that are
But
just
that's
Hybrids.
specifically in capital city? No, Republic City.
But,
No.
okay, back to the question. The main question,
That was the question. What fictional universe?
Yeah,
So we're
okay.
talking about his fictional universe
Yeah.
at the moment.
We're poo-pooing it.
Okay.
Basically, what we
Yeah.
got to do is pick one,
Okay.
and then we'll tell you how it's shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm thinking of mine now.
Can we just
you
have
do
Jurassic
guys-
Park. I want to live in the world where Jurassic Park is a real thing.
but you don't live in Jurassic Park or anywhere near it. You just get to see that
no,
stuff
no,
on
no,
the
no,
news.
no. Better.
This is-
I work at Jurassic Park, and every one of my family and friends have worked there.
If you were working in Jurassic Park and you were in the movies, which character would you be?
I'd be me. That's a hard question.
So Dennis Nedry?
What? This you fucker. You fucker.
You'd be Chris Pratt. being chased around by raptors on motorcycles.
Chris Pine chasing me quickly.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Chris Pine is chasing the raptors on motorcycles.
So I'm
chasing
guessing
you on motorcycles.
That was a fictional answer on a fictional place that you will be living.
Fiction in living, yeah. That's a hard question. Star Trek actually would be a really good one. I hate Star Trek, honestly.
That would be
hate Star Trek, but it would be a really good universe to live no matter where you were. Right? Unless you were Klingon, but I presume we're going to be human-ish.
Also, there are a lot of just random races who have a pretty shit time, and that because they have to set up the premise for that episode. It's like, oh, you're a man who lives on this planet? Get dunked. Oh, you're a woman who lives on this.
Oh, no. You just drive down the street and get.
But this is the worst thing: is GTA technically is meant to happen in our universe, even if it is a little different.
Yeah.
Does GTA 5 actually start building on the whole? Like, it is clearly not our world, and it hasn't been our world since the 80s.
Nope.
So, or 60s, if you count GTA London.
It is so not that they've basically taken a map of Los Angeles and then sort of taken out the major landmarks, put them all on the map, made a vague sort of sketch of what the LA map looks like, and then they've made that Los Santos.
That's something else. It disappoints me UCS is still playing Density and not playing
GTA. Well, GTA definitely exhausted its value very quickly.
No, I still love it.
GTA looks like a lot more. Like, I'd much rather watch you guys play GTA, and I don't care how many freaking new.
Yeah, no, but Destiny is not a game that you can watch. It's like World of Warcraft, where you do the same thing over and over again.
Warcraft is really boring to watch.
Oh my god, that's it. That's my universe. I would like to live in the world of Warcraft. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and you'd be very because how many people in that world, percentage-wise, players to regular citizens, live in that world? Everyone there is a hero.
Even if I'm an NPC,
The hero.
I've got the opportunity to train and become
The hero.
a man. Be a man.
You must be swift as a coursing river, with all the strength of a great typhoon.
I'm glad I could have started that. That was good.
Well, then why not Tamriel?
Quick.
Skyrim.
I know so much about hashtag I'm the biggest nerd ever. I know so much about World of Warcraft lore. Like I've read novels and stuff. I've read the graphic novels. I know so much about that universe that it would be fucking cool to live there.
Sorry. Just
Because
need to move away from Dylan.
Whoever I met, I could be like, I'd basically tell them their whole life story, and I'd be like, they'd be like, oh, you must be a mage.
That would be interesting if you came into that universe with
knowledge.
The knowledge you have now of that universe.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like Star Wars, right? You come in, episode 1, you're like, hey, Obi-Wan. And you'd be like, yes. You go, don't
See
listen
this
to
kid?
Qui-Gon. Don't listen to Qui-Gon, he's an idiot. And you'd be like, but he's my master. I must listen to him.
Yeah. Now that you say, with X knowledge, you'd be tempted to go. And now it's like, hell, the universe of 30 Rock or Brooklyn Nine-Nine would be pretty tempting because you're just like, I know where all my favorite people are. I must go to them. I will seduce Tina Fey in Liz Lemon form. The only thing better than regular Tina Fey.
I just love the idea that you're there and you're like, I know all your jokes. Kenneth's like, I'm sorry, you can't come in here. They said you're not allowed up here anymore.
So that was mine.
Sorry, Mr. Allard.
Either of you guys.
Carl, somebody's calling for you in the street, Carl. And he's like,
Alright.
be right down. And then
Dylan doesn't get 30 Rock jokes.
No. Neither does Maddie, though, so that's alright.
No, I've watched all of it.
No, she doesn't.
Like-
She doesn't know what's going on. No, my face.
Alright, no domestic violence on the show.
Alien. Like, Wayland Yutani universe.
just no.
No.
I want to live in that universe.
Nope.
Because you know that they have acid blood? And you can avoid getting...
No, just
bled
because
on?
I want to see all of you die.
Ah. And then die yourself.
I'm
that's
partial
fair.
towards the Steven universe.
Yeah, I considered it. But would,
Like-
do,
You
like,
would literally
if
have
I
to
don't get
travel
to...
to that place and then somehow, I don't know, infuse a gem into yourself.
Well, that's the
just to be
thing.
cool.
Do you create... you would just be a regular human because you have to
Do
be
I
born.
have to be a regular human?
Well,
Can I be in that universe?
Well, I mean, he said I don't automatically get to be a bender in the Avatar universe.
Wake up
Yeah.
as you
okay.
in a house with no memory.
Yeah, he's using the Link's Awakening, whereas you are you have your memories, you know what all the things you know. You don't know their world perfectly, you just know their world through the TV show.
As much as you know.
I wouldn't mind being in the Steven universe. Does it still have the same art style? Like, when we sit and watch a cartoon, is it actually is that legit?
But then
Or is that
how
just
do I
how it looks and how I can
how do I
see it?
do my universe? Because it comes in so many iterations. Like you got Warcraft 1, which is
No, you
top
get
down
the
and
World of
square,
Warcraft
actually.
one.
So Bioshock.
Bioshock Infinite.
Rapture, I think.
Yeah, so
Really?
the original Bioshock.
Yeah,
Rapture
original
turned
Bioshock.
out a lot worse, and the only reason why Columbia
Wait, so do you
fell
want
was-
Bioshock prior to the
Prior to like everything
fucking
like
up,
collapsing, like
Yeah.
at the
So
beginning.
you just want
I want
access
the,
to Adam and Eve.
Yeah, like I want the beginning
Shot
of
of
it. And,
Adam, shot of Eve, shot them together, make a cocktail out of it.
well, like I like the ritziness of it, but I like
The fact that everyone is entitled to their sweat from their own brow.
Columbia.
I like how
So
they're
much
ritzy
better.
and how they're like it's like the Roaring 20s, but it's also got like
It's the 50s.
or 50. Is it?
It's the
I thought-
50s, yeah.
It
It's
was
1969 is when the turns around.
Yeah.
Remember that-
You might be thinking of Columbia. The one in the sky
Just can
is
I
Columbia.
No,
yeah,
she,
but I
no,
like
she was thinking
no,
of Rapture.
I like Rapture more.
Can I
like,
just
that world?
quickly
50s.
quickly throw in a mention here that everyone is entitled to the sweat of their own brow is almost invariably used as a justification for I can pay my employees almost nothing because I am entitled to the sweat of my business's brow. And
Yeah.
just that is the worst way to start.
And that's how the
Yeah.
story goes. Like, it is pretty much like it's a capitalist wet dream. It's the worker's death.
Yeah.
Like even like there's actually a thing that they mention in Rapture in Bioshock, which is even in Utopia, and this is something I often say, even in Utopia, someone needs to clean the toilets, and they point that out. You know, even in Rapture, someone needs to have the shit job, and, if
And that's
everyone's
why I would
equal-
not even consider going there.
On the plus side, you'd have a job.
So,
Because everyone else went there and I stayed back and
did
had
you
the only
actually
job.
did you actually definitively pick one?
No, I honestly I couldn't.
Star Trek.
There's Star Trek would probably be my choice, even if it was like oh my goodness, because I mean they cure diseases, they have faster than light travel. It's
What about Elysium?
Wait, do you get to live
you
on
don't get to
Elysium?
live in Elysium, definitely.
Well, I mean, you know, population of Elysium.
Star
first
Trek,
population of the Earth, you know,
you
one
live
every
on
now and then.
Earth, nothing can go wrong. Right? There's something. If we're gonna make this rule, I'd be happy to say we live on the main planet
What about like?
in that.
What about
theory.
Warhammer 40k or something? That'd be fucking.
No,
Nope.
no, it wouldn't. What would you be? You'd be a space marine. Then you'd die.
Well, no, I mean, I might not necessarily be a space marine. I'd basically be born a human, but yeah, no, it's fucked.
Yeah,
Don't-
no, that's really
Don't
fucked.
choose
It's a
Warhammer
terrible
40k.
idea.
That's a bad idea.
That is a terrible idea.
Can confirm and
If
bad
you
idea.
had the
No one when I see one.
unfortunateness of being born a psycho, you basically get fed to the
The
golden throne.
Imperium, right through. Not a good idea.
What if I was born as a different race, like a Tower, an Elder?
Well,
No,
we've
no,
already
we've
discussed
Wow,
that
nerdy.
that you wake up as
you.
yourself.
Yeah, you have to be you.
That's
Hey!
the reason used to justify why I couldn't have bending powers in the Avatar universe
Alright.
is the reason you can't be
Muscle
born a
tough.
different race or a psycho.
Thanks for watching Mindless Jabber.
Hey,
It sure was mindless.
we sure did Jabba.